Hello everyone. Just wanted to get a stuffed red pepper recipe out to everybody. It's a favorite in our house. We really enjoy it. So here are the ingredients of what we need for our recipe. Stuffed red pepper with pheasant and pepper jack cheese. So there's the pheasant breast that I just deboned, got the other day. There's a bag of pepper jack cheese. Creole seasoning by Tony's is what we use. We like that flavor with everything in the pepper jack. Uncle Ben's rice, you'll be plating the pepper on top of the bed of rice. And then you have the red pepper topped off that you'll be putting the meat in. So again, we have the pheasant breasts, pepper jack cheese, the Creole seasoning, Uncle Ben's to plate it on top of, and the red peppers. Now I'll show you how I kind of do that, and we'll go from there. All right, everybody, here is what we do to assemble the stuffed red pepper with pheasant. Again, I use the Tony's Creole seasoning and spice the breasts as much as I want, which is generally just a light coating because you don't need much more than that. So I'm going to coat that on both sides of the pheasant breast. Now, one of the other things I forgot to do from the beginning and show you is that I like to take a silver on the tenderloin that's along the breast. There's a little silver skin or a tendon or whatever you call it in there. So I usually put my finger here and I slide that out. So then it comes out just like this. So then you're not trying to cut and eat that with when you pull it out of the oven and eat it with your wife who doesn't want to pull it out of her teeth. So let me do this. Let me just get a hold of this one here and pull this one out as well, like that. So they're both seasoned and ready to go there. Now what I do is I take a half a bag of pepper jack. There's 2 cups I think in a bag, so you only really need a cup, and you don't want to dig your pheasant feathers into the bag, or pheasant dirty fingers into the bag, and you just kind of spoil the bag of cheese. So you get about a cup ready to go. Cover the breasts. Doesn't matter really which side. I usually go the inner side when I cheese them, cover them with cheese. So then what I do is, then I grab them and I just kind of fold them together into a ball like that. And then I just stuff it down into the pepper. And I don't pack it real tight, but I just kind of put it down in there so it's down and leaves an area on the top I can actually put more cheese. So I'm going to take this and roll this up like that as well and stuff it in there like that. Sometimes you want them to sit upright in the container, so I kind of get them wedged a little bit in there so they kind of stay upright. Then what I'll do is I'll take more of the cheese and I put it on top like so, so it'll melt down into and around the pheasants. So one of the reasons I mentioned earlier is we really like this is that it's cooked in a pepper, so the moisture, the pheasant is just infused with the moisture, and when you plate it and you cut it and eat it, it's really moist and soft and tender pheasant. So what I'm going to do is do that and pick up the rest that's on there, put that in there so that it all melts. I cook it covered, and in the oven I cook it at 370. So that's how it looks when you put it in there, and it's going to be cooked at 370 for an hour. You can cut it a little short if you need to, but I usually take a thermometer and measure that out. So see what the temperature. I try to get everything at 165, but 370 an hour, stuffed red peppers with pheasant, and we'll start doing the rice, and I'll plate it and I'll show you what that looks like there. All right, so I've pulled it out of the oven. It was 370 degrees for an hour, and I've pulled one out already and plated. So you'll see when I squeeze this, there's a little bit of moisture in these peppers. So what I usually do is I lift it, and I typically will poke the bottom and let moisture drop out of it, because I don't like moisture in on my rice. You can tip it if you want, but the cheese comes out, and I've done that before. I didn't like it. So what I would do is just poke a little bit, get the moisture to come out of the bottom, from the pepper. Then I plate it on a bed of Uncle Ben's rice that I like. And I've already temperatured the other one. It was above 165, so that you're just fine at that temperature and length of time cooking. So this is what you get. You get a pheasant in there, moist, steaming, and pepper jack cheese all in there. It's a wonderful meal. So I hope you enjoy it, and let me know what you think.